Alright, so today I'm actually going to review the All-Star Batman #1. This is from the DC Rebirth, pretty much all the reboots of a lot of their titles. This is the fried pie variant. It's got Batman right there, and you've also got one of the best villains, the redhead Poison Ivy, looking very sexy. For those of you that haven't read the issue, there are spoilers, so just giving you heads up. So this is probably a different creative direction they're actually going. You pretty much have Batman and Two-Face going on a road trip. If Batman can just get Harvey Two-Face pretty much to his childhood home or something, that maybe Two-Face will be able to die or something. But Batman doesn't know if he can really trust Harvey or if it's just Two-Face playing him. So that's going to be an interesting dynamic to this series. I like the dynamic that Harvey Dent and Two-Face pretty much have kind of a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of personality in this series. I always kind of thought that the Harvey Dent was always a good guy, you know, and Two-Face was kind of just Harvey Dent out of control. I don't know if they really had a split personality, but it was, you know, it's an interesting dynamic to his character. I don't think there's really any other villains out there that are similar to him besides the ventriloquist. Batman faces off with an array of villains in this issue. You've got Firefly, the Killer Moth. Firefly is probably the more famous villain in this issue. You also have a newer villain called the Black Spider, which is pretty much just an assassin type character. Because of the bounty and all the people supposedly gonna die by Two-Face's hand, they're pretty much going after Batman to let Two-Face go. So Batman's pretty much up against everybody. It's interesting, even like Commissioner Gordon can't really help him. And something I never thought I'd see is Alfred even went up behind his back. You've got this villain who appeared at the end. I think the artwork is cool. It's done by a legendary comic book artist named John Romita Jr., who did the Kick-Ass comics. He also did Spider-Man comics. I just think that it's like a very creative idea for Batman and Two-Face and a lot of the villains to leave Gotham and just kind of be out in the world, and kind of how they're gonna conclude this series. You pretty much have a backup story with Batman and the new kind of protege. One of the things the DC did is they put out these one-shots that kind of explain events that are happening in the brand new series. So I definitely recommend checking out some of the one-shots. It just kind of gives you a little more history of what's going on in issue 1 and future issues. So yeah. Overall, I thought it was a really good series. I think when I first read it, I wasn't really a big fan of it, but now that I think about it and I've had time to kind of look at the artwork and look at the story again, it was interesting. It was some interesting stuff. Also, coming from a Batman fan, it was interesting because, you know, there are certain things that you get when you read Batman stories or watch Batman stuff, and this definitely delivered, in my opinion. So yeah, we'll have to see where this series goes. It's definitely different from the Rebirth Batman series, so we'll have to see. And that concludes my review of the All-Star Batman #1. This is the fried pie variant, and there you go. Be sure to check out more comic book reviews on my channel from all kinds of other Batman and DC related stuff. So that's my review of All-Star Batman #1.